The whole HellDivers situation has kind of taken a U-turn, quite a big U-turn, and I kind of knew this would happen. I just didn't know how long it would take for Sony to realise their mistakes. But it's actually pretty quick. It's been maybe 2 days, 3 days at max, which is fairly quickly. A lot of companies probably wouldn't have backed down that quickly, and they'd have keep pushing and pushing and pushing until they could properly own everything and try their best to do everything in their power to take over. But it looks like Sony have realised the PC community is very strong. This is something, you may call them crybabies, you may call them whatever you want, which a lot of PlayStation fans are calling them. Pretty ironic, to be honest. But they don't settle for bullshit. It's quite obvious they don't settle for bullshit. And Sony have realised this, and they've put out a tweet pretty much saying and accepting defeat, which this is a good stand. HellDivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the HellDivers 2 account linking update. The May 6 update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. Now, I'm just very curious in what the fact is going on and what's going to be going on with people who have maybe done a refund because of this whole thing. Will they be able to get that game back and, still have their stuff? I think you owe an apology, a big apology to the people who've had to refund. This was a huge, huge fucking cock-up from the beginning. And PlayStation, I think they realised that from the beginning, that this, number one, not announcing it day one was a shit thing. Very shitty. Oh, but they had technical difficulty. I don't really give a shit. You should have sorted that problem out before you really decided to do this. You don't, after 3 months or 4 months after launch, you don't decide to, you know what, we're going to require you to do this and that. That's such a shitty way, Sony, of trying to do things. And you realise why you got the fucking backlash. And I think they've realised, oh shit, we've got, I think it's nearly 200,000 fucking negative reviews on Steam. Is that how many reviews? This is just showing you the only way to get to these big corporate companies is to review bomb fucking games, which may not sound good. Heck, to be fair, I think even the dev team supported this shit. They support it if it gets the word out, because apparently they don't really have great communication with Sony themselves, which is quite sad, to be honest. That's really sad. How do you not have great communication with the dev team behind probably one of the most successful exclusives in a lot, especially the most live service exclusive for PlayStation and PC? I think it's starting to make me realise Sony, I have no idea what they're trying to. Are you okay, Sony? Is everything okay in the head region? Because this was the weirdest stunt I think I've seen you pull in a while. And you have pulled some pretty weird stunts before. Again, this stunt, it pissed a lot of people off, and rightfully so. And again, but these are crybabies, you could have just entered an account. I think people just want to play it. It's, again, if you would have required it at launch, I think you may have got a little bit of a different reaction. Yes, people were just still being pissed off because, well, number one, it's... and the fact is, they still allowed them games to be listed on platforms that are unsupported. In my opinion, this is an absolute big, major win for the PC community. I'm glad this was able to be reverted, and I'm glad they were able to find a middle ground on this sort of stuff. Because what happened there was the worst thing I think I've ever seen. The worst stunt that was pulled. And I know a lot of PlayStation fans out there were saying, oh, crybabies and stuff like this. And number one, it's not really crybabies. It's the fact they stood up for something that they believed in, and I'm glad to be a PC gamer because I fucking love the community. Yeah, they have shitty parts of the community, and I know PlayStation fans were bringing, but they're pirate. You guys, all you do is pirate. Number one, there are piracy people out there. That's how it is, unfortunately. There is. But then again, with how developers have become like Ubisoft and that, it's kind of understandable. But that's a different story to get into. But yeah, I'd say they're not crybabies. They just stand up for what they fucking want. Number one, PC players, a lot of them anyway, do not like subscriptions. They do not like a subscription. Especially to play online is one big advantage is most PC players will tell you, yeah, you don't have to pay online. Everything is free. And it's true. It is. You don't have to pay online. I can play any game I want, and boom, I don't need that shitty online subscription. Now, don't be wrong, I do pay it for the PlayStation, and the Xbox. But I'm starting to realise it's getting a bit haggly now, paying for that shit, and they just put that price up. PlayStation players just accept it. They argued and cried about it for about a day or so, maybe a week max, and well, PlayStation didn't do fuck all about it, and well, they just went on their life, and that's it. You know, you've got to really hit them where you got to hit them where their pockets are to change their mind about things. It's a sad reality to do. I mean, I wish these companies like this. Imagine if we hadn't have done all this shit. I don't think this. I'm glad this community outrage was good at this. It's just a sad reality that companies need to be hit right in the pockets to actually do anything about things and revert the stupid changes that they continue to do. But this is a major win for the PC players, in my opinion. I genuinely think that it's time for more people to try and listen. If this is how we're going to have to do stuff like this, I wish, I think the PlayStation just added reviews, so they've never had the feature to review bomb something. But I think collectively as a community, we should all come together and realise if a big corporation is screwing us over, we're the only ones that can really do anything about that. Companies these days, they don't listen to what you say on Twitter. They don't care what you say on Twitter, okay? If it's bringing their pockets money, they don't care. They don't care even if they'll do the most unethical, crazy, stupid shit, anti-consumer bullshit. As long as their pockets are full of cash at the end of the month, they couldn't care fucking less. And that's why I'm very glad that this was moved forward. They bottled it nearly 3 days, and they bottled it. And I'm glad they did. Hopefully they don't try to pull a stunt like this. Now, Ghosts of Tsushima is another game that apparently requires PlayStation Plus for the online section. Now, I don't know if they're going to revert it on that one as well. I really hope they do. To be honest, just make it an option. Make the account linking an option. I don't think many people would actually be pissed off then. You have an option to link your account. Do you want to? No or yes. Maybe give some people some things if they link their account. Like I've seen many people say, as like a little reward for doing it. Well, of course, I don't know if you can do that because, well, it might jeopardize some things you can pay. But no, I don't understand why on earth this was like this to begin with. Just make it an option. Allow you to skip it. Well, you could skip it, to be honest, which is why a lot of people are pissed off. You could have just kept it how it was. And I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have batted an eye. No one. Notice how no one really complained about that before the 3rd of May. Notice how nobody said anything. Nobody said anything at all about PlayStation's account login, stuff like that. Nobody said anything at all. But as soon as they decided to force that shit, and bearing in mind they haven't forced it yet, It was going to take a properly effect on June the 4th. But luckily, a lot of people have got on quickly. That's probably the biggest, turn back I've seen a company do in a while. They've realized, oh shit, yeah, we fucked up, boys. We fucked up big time. Our shit's getting down, fucking review bombed like crazy. And again, you may say, oh, review bombs are against, it's a crybaby method. But again, I come back to the same point. If it's the only way you can talk to big corporations and get the fucking message through, considering they don't listen to anyone on Twitter or anything like that, it's going to have to be done like that. I do feel sorry for the devs. I think the devs were like, shit, man. It's just kind of a shitty thing, We put this in, and they make great games. I liked HellDivers 1 as well. And, of course, that didn't require a PlayStation fucking logging. I know PlayStation are trying to inflate their fucking numbers and make them better than they are, I'm guessing. I don't really know why they pulled this crazy-ass stunt. I hope, I don't think you can do it for any other developer, but hopefully in the future, if anyone else tries to pull a stunt like that, holy shit, I hope the community, especially the PC community, come together. And the PlayStation community is as toxic as fucking shit when it comes to this type of stuff. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love the HellDivers community, especially the PC community. Yeah, they do have toxic players. They do have toxic people. But guess what? They don't stand for corporate bullshit. They stand for what they fucking believe in. They believe in they shouldn't have this bullshit weighing them down, which I'm fucking glad. I am glad they've done that. This is why you can say what you want about the PC community, but they're a strong community. I'm glad to be a part of them. But it's, again, wow. Yeah, May the 6th, we really did win this. That is incredible. Mad. They're all complaining about PC players. Oh, PC players are crybabies, oh, no one cares about them, blah, blah, blah. There was even some PlayStation fans I heard or saw on Twitter that were saying we should revert fucking PlayStation exclusives on PC. You know how sour you have to be? Fucking hell, how much is Sony paying you fuckers? This is why I'm saying... I'm sure there's not every PlayStation player out there. I'm sure there are a lot of PlayStation players that were with the PC community. They were like, come on, Sony, you can't be doing this type of shit. And you know what? To them people, I fucking respect you. You've realised, come on, man, you can't treat all... Because a lot of people who are saying, oh, well, PC players are crybabies, are normally the same type of people who just shill the fuck out of PlayStation. They shill the fuck out of a company that, number one, doesn't even actually give a fucking shit about them. It's quite ironic that you would shill the fuck out of a company or someone like that. But I'm very glad that this is done. I'm very glad. It makes... Oh, wait, what's this? So normally we would, but Sony did call a bait and switch. Yeah, that's the most horrible thing I think about this whole thing. Well, the two most horrible was the bait and switch. Them implementing this a month or three or 4 months after the initial release date, and then coming up with some bullshit. Oh, well, there was a technical issue to be... I think, to be quite honest, maybe there was a technical issue, but I think the real kind of reason as well you didn't do it is purely because you knew the outrage may have been a little higher. I'm not too sure, but either way, pulling a stunt like this is a fucking shitty move. I don't give a shit what. Even if you were the most respected developer out there or respected, and Sony's pretty respected by a lot of people, of course, because they make good exclusives. I think that's I think that's what Sony think they can do. They think, oh, guys, we make good exclusives, so we have an excuse to do the stupidest and most... And to be quite honest with you, it kind of works, especially for especially for PlayStation players. They can do the most unhinged shit on PlayStation, and the PlayStation players will just accept that shit. Why? Because we get good exclusives. Oh, the exclusives. Bro, you still have to pay for the fucking exclusives, and they're premium fucking AAA prices. I'm not saying they're not bad exclusives. They're good exclusives. God of War, and stuff like that. But you got to stand up for fucking companies like that. And god damn, I don't know if it's just bait or whatever, but holy shit, some of these PlayStation fans on Twitter are fucking brain dead. I mean, partly Twitter probably helped, but I'm kind of glad they backed down. They realised, well, there's not much we can actually fucking do in this sense. So, well, we got to accept defeat on this one, soldiers. And I'm glad. I'm very much glad. So, it is what it is. I think if you own HellDivers, well, I just want to know what's going to happen to the people who've refunded that shit. Are they going to be allowed? Are you going to give them a little bit of discount as an apology? Are they? I'm guessing their shit's saved. But it's still a very shitty situation to begin with. Horrible situation. And I'm guessing they're going to undelist all of the games. Just make it an option, the PS login. Just make it a fucking option. Forcing it just, number one, puts a bad taste in my mouth and gets me a little weird of why the fuck you're forcing it like that. But other than that, I do think, stand up for what's right, people. Fucking hell, stand up for what's right. Just be, I don't give a shit. Stand up for what's right. God damn it. The console players just, I know they're shitting, they've been doing that for the whole fucking, time this thing's going on. All you PC players are ungrateful and this. No, they're not ungrateful. I think they've just realised, oh shit, how is it ungrateful for a corporate fucking dipshit of a company to screw you over like that? You can't let people do that. This is what they, I think, put out on the end of their tweet, Sony. We're still learning what is best for PC players. Sure you are. And your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of HellDivers 2. And we'll keep you updated on future plans. Oh god, I hope they don't try to pull this stunt in the future or require a login, because god fucking damn it. And Ghost of Tsushima, I hope they revert the changes for PS Plus. Again, you're on PC. We don't want that shit. Why do I need a PS? Unless I'm doing trophies or something, okay, I can understand. Make it an optional login like I've been fucking saying for the past 50 fucking times. Make it an optional login. And then if there are any people out there who would really like to log in, whether that's because of trophies and stuff like that. There's many speculations of why they did this whole thing. It's because they wanted to artificially boost their players. It's because they wanted to make banning easier. Isn't it easier enough, you fucking idiots? So you wanted to ban them from PlayStation. Because I think if you banned them from PlayStation, the PSN, it would completely nuke their whole game to begin with, and it'd be easier to ban them through then. But I'm glad they've backed down. This is a very good thing. They've realised their mistake. You know what? I'll take their apology. I don't really like taking apologies from big corporate companies like this, but I'll take their apology. It's quite clear they've realised, oh shit, we made a big oopsie. And this is great to know. And yeah, I really hope they don't pull a stunt like this in the future, whether that's with PlayStation or whatever. Good luck to anybody who is trying to, sort things out. I wouldn't really sell it or refund it, in my opinion. I wouldn't have refunded it, in my opinion, anyway, even if I was in a delisted country. I hope the people... I think you can still play it even if you're in a delisted country. You just can't buy it in a delist yet. But I think they're probably going to do a workaround with that and undelist it for everyone. So, yeah, I'm really glad PC community pull in again. That's what I love to see.